The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
There's something wrong with modern American politics. You feel it, I feel it, everyone feels it. But the real question is, when exactly did we lose the plot? People say America's politics went upside down because Ross Perot was not elected.
I'm spending my money on this campaign. The two parties are spending your money, taxpayer money.
Or Al Gore.
It's not only what's your philosophy and what's your position on issues, but can you get things done? And I believe I can.
All right.
What about the Dental Norwood bill?
All right, we're going to
Or even Hillary Clinton taking Bernie's spot.
Barney's about to meet his maker.
Die, you commie fucker!
Some say it's Kamala Harris. But I think there's one overlooked moment. 2012. One overlooked point. Or you might even say it was a turning point.
There is a noise exception right now, though, as we welcome President Obama and Governor Romney.
Mitt Romney in 2012 represented a center-right vision of America. He believed in markets, in fiscal discipline, and in building prosperity without over or under regulations by the federal government. Under a Romney presidency, the economy would have leaned toward stability, steady budgets, predictable trade, and long-term growth instead of short-term political drama. It wasn't about ideology, it was about keeping the middle class strong. Not to say that Romney's economy would have been the ideal model, however it would have not kneecapped the nation.
Hello everyone, I have something incredible to share today. We are announcing the launch of Trump coins, a true symbol of American greatness.
For example, Romney was absolutely against the devaluation of the dollar, Romney was against Obamacare, yet still believed that the American lower classes do need health care.
Instead of having the federal government run them and impose on states how they work, I'm going to take those dollars and those programs and give them back to the states and let states craft their own solutions to their own problems.
Romney wanted to support small businesses by lowering taxes and fees on them, as both a support and encouragement to better the economy. I think Romney would have succeeded in most of his policies. I mean, hey, the guy never applied for bankruptcy, not even once.
The three Atlantic City casinos, once run by Donald Trump, have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection for the third time.
It has not been easy for me. And, you know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
How America and the world would have been under Romney. On the global stage, Romney would have reinforced America's role as a responsible leader. He warned about Russia and promised a hawkish attitude with Putin. He called for a balance with China, not necessarily a flat-out trade war. And he valued alliances like NATO. Imagine an America that never had to lurch from far-left experiments to far-right populism. Instead, the U.S. could have projected consistent strength abroad and calm at home, guided by moderation, not extremism. Conflicts we witness now, like the Russo-Ukrainian War, Israel and Iran, would have still happened anyways, but Romney would have seen it coming a mile away, trying to prevent it, and if he fails, he goes diving into shrinking it, eventually brining all these conflicts into halt. I doubt that Romney would have not used military strikes on adversaries like Iran or Russia, but I doubt he would have let the world fall into their hands. As for the global embarrassment that is the harassment of Venezuela's shores, that we see now under Donnie B. Tariff, also known as Donald Trump, it would have absolutely not happened under Romney. Unlike Obama, Biden, and Donald, Romney actually saw that Latin America is a great market and a golden mine laying right under the red, white, and blue. If Romney was a president post-2012, it's very possible that he would have halted any if not all hostilities with the Latin continent, and proceeded with fair and prosperous for both sides deals. Romney knew that China and Russia were planning to steal away Latin America, which is happening now right in front of our eyes with the so-called BRICS alliance.
Well, he is completely and totally wrong. Governor, let me come back and answer your question. President Bush and I are different people, and these are different times. And that's why my 5-point plan is so different than what he would have done. I mean, for instance, We can now, by virtue of new technology, actually get all the energy we need in North America without having to go to the Arabs or the Venezuelans or anyone else. That wasn't true in his time. That's why my policy starts with a very robust policy to get all that energy in North America and become energy secure. Number two, trade. I'll crack down on China. President Bush didn't. I'm also going to dramatically expand trade in Latin America. It's been growing about 12% per year over a long period of time. I want to add more free trade agreements so we have more trade.
As for immigration, as someone his father was born an immigrant in Mexico, Romney had a hard middle ground position on immigration. On one hand, he wanted to uphold laws and assure that only legal immigrants get the benefits that accrue to them legally, which will eventually force illegal immigrants to give up and leave since it's hard for them to acquire those benefits such as foreign labor jobs, food or medical aids. But also he refused the idea of gathering and chasing millions of illegal immigrants in a not only costly way, but barbaric and inhumane. 3. Wokeism and MAGA. They will be ignored in this alt timeline. Without Trump, there is no MAGA movement. And without MAGA, there's no giant counter-reaction we now call wokeism. The center would have held. Americans would have debated real issues, healthcare, jobs, energy, without turning every classroom and election into a cultural battlefield. Moderation could have shaped the decade instead of radicalization. The first 4 years of Romney would extremely be stable, both politically and economically. By 2016, the very possible Democratic candidate would still be Hillary Clinton. Romney being the stable, more comfortable choice to the common man. He will be elected again. Considering also that Hillary's reputation would not help her, and also the over-push to the idea of her being the first woman to be a president would not help. Come on guys, this is easy math. If Donnie was able to win against her, I think Romney would have done even a better job. That leads us to his second and final term, because I doubt Romney would have issued a hat that says vote Romney for a third term. Well deep into his second term, and after avoiding all the mistakes that the Bush administration did, Romney has brought back confidence of the public in the Republican Party. But also without any drama queen's behavior, he also allowed the Democratic Party to breathe and understand that showing off tactics are not going to help, and what they need is long-term strategy to avoid losing to another Romney. Henceforth, Bernie Sanders to the rescue. By 2019, the Democratic Party finally caved to the youth and working class of its supporters to announce Sanders as their main candidate for the next elections. Regardless of how that would have gone, the Republican Party, after 2 terms of hinged and collective president who is popular, will not freak out. Instead of electing a narcissist felon as their main candidate, they will go with a more of a Romney-like candidate. I can't think of a name, but it would probably be Mike Pence. Please leave your comments down below if you were there on January 6th. Why this would have fixed America. I mean, look at this. Can you see Donnie acting like Romney in this democratic manner?
Okay, now
and so what we did was take away those leases, and we are now reletting them so that we can actually make a profit.
And production on government lands is down.
No, it isn't.
Production on government land of oil is down 14%. And production on gas is down 9%.
It's just not true.
It's absolutely true. Look, there's no question but that the people recognize that we have not produced more oil and gas on federal lands.
Because I'm so proud of the state that I had the chance to be governor of. We have every 2 years tests that look at how well our kids are doing. How do we do that? Well, Republicans and Democrats came together on a bipartisan basis to put in place education principles.
Right here. You heard that.
Let me talk specifically about what I think we need to do. First, we've got to improve our education system. And we've made enormous progress drawing on ideas both from Democrats and Republicans.
Romney here, whether he was lying or not, did show to the American public that he is willing, if not already worked with Democrats. And in response, Obama said the same thing. In our current timeline, how is the current president dealing with his opponents again?
Just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
The first major party nominee in American history who fundamentally rejects freedom and embraces Marxism, communism, and fascism
Kamala Harris.
Like I said earlier, Romney whining twice in a row would have forced the Republican Party to maintain the center-right call and collective message, which would have made the Democratic Party adopt the same strategy. Both parties would have unintentionally made politics and ideological disagreements a mundane thing in America, and simultaneously the West too. Paranoia would have shrunk in popularity. In addition, the most notorious political scandal in American history, the Epstein list, would have been handled much better by Romney than Obama and Biden, who were probably forced to slow down on the investigations by the elites if their party. Or Trump, who's probably sky high on the top of the list. Romney, who lived most of his life a genuine conservative unlike Trump, probably is far away from the names and associated monsters who knew about Epstein human trafficking empire. In other words, the Epstein case would have been handled smoothly under Romney. And what about Obama? In this alternate history, Obama remains a respected voice, a cultural figure who could support America's unity rather than be pulled into partisan chaos. I could see him calling Romney 4 a.m. in the morning and giving him some advice regarding some global crisis, just Eisenhower did with John F. Kennedy back in the 60s. And Charlie Kirk? In this world, he's just another loud voice on a college campus, like an overeager preacher handing out flyers. Background noise, not a national movement. Again, no narcissist felon taking advantage of a masses of paranoid conservatives. In this timeline, the percentage of paranoia will be almost non-existent. Instead, a center-right conservative president who is hinged, calm and collective rules the Republicans for 8 years. This will make the MAGA-like such as Charlie, Alex Jones, Tim Pool and others appear as the vermin and paranoia spreaders that they are. Not free speech fighters. So maybe the real turning point wasn't Perot or Gore or Bernie or Harris. Maybe it was 2012, the handshake between Obama and Romney. The last time Americans had a clear choice to embrace moderation. And maybe, just maybe, moderation was the path that could have saved America. And if you want to know how, I left a link to the first ever detailed version of a moderate political, economic and societal vision. My book is called The Moderate Ideology, The Republic. Also kindly leave a like, a comment and hit the subscribe button. But mostly important, share the video so the moderate message can reach others who are looking for change. Thank you for watching.